Okay, we're going to talk about Spearman ranking correlation coefficient. It's often denoted by a lowercase r with a subscript s in your IB book. So this is found the exact same way as Pearson's product moment correlation coefficient. In the Oxford book, they abbreviate that as PPMC. Um, Something like that. Oh, no, it's actually PMCC. Okay, so if you see PMCC in the Oxford book, that means product correlate Pearson's moment correlation coefficient. Anyways, so Spearman's correlation coefficient is found when you rank the data. So let me do an example with what that means. Okay, so here I've got an example. It's from the book, page 383, but I'm going to explain it. Okay, so if I wanted to find the what did I call it? PMCC, you simply put in the data. Let's zoom out a little bit. So to enter in the data, I hit stats, edit, clear, go to the top, clear. Okay, so if I'm going to find the PMCC, you guys know what to do, right? You just put in 23, 34, 17, 23, 29, 45, right? 12, 10, 14, 11, 11, and 8. Then I hit stat, arrow over to calc, arrow down to linear regression, hit enter, and the Pearson moment correlation coefficient is negative 0.954. Okay. Now, if I want to find the Spearman coefficient, what we need to do is we need to rank. So I'm going to show it first doing largest to smallest, and then I'm going to show you that it works the same way the other way. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 6 spaces here. So I'm going to look at each of these datas here and change it. So if I'm going from largest to smallest, which of these yellow values is the largest? And it's 34. So I'm going to call that 1. Okay, and so on. What's the next smallest one? Sorry, what's the next largest one? Oh, wait, I made a mistake. The largest one is 45. So I'm going to call that one 1. The next largest one is 34. I'm going to call that 2. The next largest one is 29. I'm going to call that 3. The next largest one is 23, and that's written twice. So, this is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third highest one. And then the smallest one is this. That's going to be 6. So this would have been the 4th and the 5th. So I take the average between 4th and 5th, and I call this one 4.5 and 4.5. Okay. You might want to replay this a time or two to see how I'm getting these numbers. Okay. Now these values here we rank these as well. So once again, largest to smallest. So the largest one here is the 14, so I'm going to call that 1. The next largest one is 12, I'm going to call that 2. The next largest one is these two right here. So this would have been 3 and 4, so I'm going to average them and call it 3.5 and 3.5. The next largest one is 10, so I'm going to call that 5. And then the last one is 8, and I'm going to call that 6. So we're ranking them from largest to smallest. So now I'm going to put those into my calculator. So let me do it so you can see the keystrokes. Okay, so stat, I'm going to edit, hit enter, and I'm going to go up, clear this data. I'm going to go up and clear this data, and so I'm going to type in the x values: 4.5, 2, 6, 4.5, 3, 1. Okay, now I'm going to go over here, 2, 5, 1, 3.5, 3.5, 6, and then I go to stat, arrow over to calc, arrow down to linear regression, enter, and now the R value, or we put the subscript S because it's Spearman, is equal to negative 0.95, and we round this up to 6 because that's an 8. Okay, and you will find this is the same as in the book on page 384. Now, you could rank this, I could do it from smallest to largest. And if I did that, you get the same answer. Okay, so okay, so what does that mean? The smallest here is 17, so I'm going to put a 1. The next smallest one is the 23. Is that right? So that would be the second one and the third one, so I'm going to call that 2.5, and that's 2.5. And then the next smallest one is 29, so that's going to be 4. And the next smallest one is going to be this one, so that's going to be 5. And the next smallest one is going to be that, which is going to be 6. Okay, now once again, smallest to largest, the smallest one is 8, so that's going to be 1. The next smallest one is going to be that, it's going to be 2. The next smallest is going to be, this would be 3, and that would be 4, so I'm going to call it 3.5 because that's the average. The next one's going to be 5, which is that guy. And then the last smallest one is that, which is going to be 6. If you plug in this data, you're still going to get the same RS value of negative 0.956. Like I said, you may want to pause, you may want to replay and see how I'm getting these numbers. Sometimes those average ones are hard to figure out, so you may want to replay that. Okay, once again, we're going to rank these. So notice, let's do this smallest to largest, since it's already in that way. Okay, so I'm doing it smallest to largest, those stay the same. So if I'm doing it smallest to largest here, this is going to be 1, that's going to be 2. Now, this is going to be 3 and 4, so 3.5, 3.5, because one of those is third and one of those is fourth. And then this is the last one, that's going to be fifth. So if I want to find the Spearman correlation coefficient. I'm going to use this data, not that. So once again, I'm moving this up so you can see my calculator. Stat, edit, clear, go up here, clear. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go over here, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3.5, 3.5, 5. And then I hit stat, arrow over to calc, arrow down to, linear regression, enter, and I get our Spearman is 0.975. And if I wanted to do it largest to smallest, your data, instead of, if I'm doing the largest to smallest, this is the largest, so that would get a 1. This is the largest, so that would get a 1. That would get a 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the smallest, so that would get a 5. And then same thing, this would be 1, 2, 3.5, 3.5, and 5. No. This would be 5, 4, 2.5, 2.5, and 1. Okay. Oops. I hope that didn't confuse you. Anyways, you would still get the same RS value of 0.975. Okay, let's do the last example that's in the notes. Why can't I do the Pearson correlation coefficient? Because the data is already ranked. If you look here, they've told you the rank of the data. Okay, so we can't find the Pearson correlation coefficient. So here's another example. If you want to put this in your notes, you can, but those first two examples should be enough. But if you want to watch this, let's do this. If you just do the first two examples in your notes, that's good enough for me. But for those who want this one in your notes, let's do it. I'm just going to write on here. So they're going to do okay. Let's see. If we're doing largest, we've chosen this one to be 1. So this is going to be 2. This is going to be 3. What's the next largest one? This is going to be 4. This is going to be 5. This one's going to be 6. This one's going to be 7. This one's going to be 8. This one's going to be 9. Okay, so these are my X values. Like I said, it's already ranked. These are going to be the Y values for cost. Let's put it in there. I'll let you see my calculator. Stat. Clear. Clear. Okay, so 7, 3, 4, 6, 1, 9, 2, 5, 8, 7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 8, 6, 5, 9. Stat, arrow over to limit regression, enter, and we get an R value. The Spearman correlation is 0.8, and that is the same thing in the textbook as well. So you may want to pause, you may want to replay. You only need to put the first two examples in your textbook and in your notes, and that should be good. I hope this helps.